Welcome back. Dragon Age Origins. I know, it's been a while, hasn't it? I want to thank everyone for their patience with this Let's Play. This has been a long journey with this Let's Play, and I want to explain a little bit what was going on with it. I attempted to do it in a previous video, but I think I was playing something scary and got the crap scared out of me when I did it and lost track or something. So this is probably the more appropriate place for it, where the people that actually watch the videos can gain the knowledge of what was going on. My channel got partnered. And when your channel is partnered, when you upload a video, you put in a claim ID for that associates your video with your channel for monetization purposes. When you're with a gaming network, like if you upload gaming videos and you're partnered by a gaming network, the network has taken care of the licenses to be able to upload games without copyright issues, for the most part. There are a small handful of developers that really just don't want their game uploaded, particularly right after release, but for the most part, the licenses and everything has been taken care of. So you don't get the copyright strike content ID match because the network got the license for its members. So I had a claim ID. So when I switched networks, there was a period of time where I did not have a claim ID.
Let's get started.
So when I would attempt to upload a video that was Dragon Age without the claim ID, what would happen is what I'm assuming what happens in the background is it compares my video to any partner channel that has uploaded Dragon Age material previously, and if they find anything that's even close to being a match, I get the content ID match kind of thing. I've never gotten a copyright strike on my channel, but I have gotten the content ID matches. And what was concerning to me was that the content ID matches were coming from, they used to come from like weird off sites that were, you know, partnered, but they weren't the copyright holder of the material. So you could, you know, say that their claim on your video is invalid because they don't owe the copyright to it. But when it comes from BioWare or EA, they actually do own the copyright to it, and there's very little that you can do about it, but you know, either let the ads display, which could turn into a copyright strike at any time, or delete the video. So I don't like the content IDs on my thing, so when I saw that happening and I couldn't get around it, I just paused it until I got the claim ID, which is what I was explaining earlier in previous videos. So now that I've gotten that straightened out, the main reason why I joined a network, I mean, the monetization is fine, but I mean, to be honest, to make a living off of it, you have to have a lot of views to make a living off of it. But what's nice is being able to upload a video without having to worry about content ID strikes and content matches and all of that, copyright strikes, I mean. That was my main reason, and it's getting to the point now that, I mean, there are some games like Minecraft where you don't really have to worry about it. Blizzard is another one that doesn't really get into that either, and Microsoft, but other than that, yeah, you're going to have a problem. Like Mass Effect. I wouldn't even try to upload Mass Effect with without being in a partner and being in a network. And then you'll still have games like Saints Row that has music, copyrighted music in it. Now, just because I can upload games doesn't mean I have the right to upload that copyrighted music. So I wouldn't touch Saint Rose because of that. So anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on with that. So back with Dragon Age. What I'd like to do, what I'm trying to do, and what I want to do this upcoming weekend is get ahead enough with editing the videos so that I can upload at least one a day because it's a story driven, and you guys with your patience, you deserve it. You really do. And upload, you know, like another miscellaneous video, or, you know, maybe 2 episodes in a day, just to, you know, get this done, because I feel really bad about that. So my apologies, and thank you for hanging in there with me with that. I'm also going to speed up some of the fight parts, not all of them, just some of them, where you see me doing the same thing over and over and over again, but I'm not going to speed up cutscenes or anything like that. So, but like this here, I'm most likely going to speed up, because it's what I guess you would call trash in WoW. You get the trash, the mundane mobs that you fight, and then you get the boss. And I will not be most likely speeding up boss fights either. So, yeah. Feels good to be back in the game, and it actually plays properly. I'm very pleased about that. And thank goodness for the person that mentioned Lockbash. Oh, one of the big problems that I had originally, if you look at the older videos, I had spec'd Zevran inappropriately. I wanted him in my team because I want him to be the love interest for my character, and I wanted to see the interactions with him, because in my first playthrough, which I did not record, it was Alistair. At that time, I loved Alistair. Oh God, loved him. But I wanted to do something different this time, and so I picked Zevran, and I wanted him to, because it bothers me to leave loot behind. So I wanted him to open chests, but I didn't want to have 2 rogues. And in the beginning, you don't even, I mean, why would you have 2? I don't want to say. There's probably some people that have done 2 rogues successfully, but I did not want 2 rogues, particularly one that's, you know, pretty, because my Toon is trying to get Zevran. So I decided to spec him to pick locks. And he was, woohoo, basically a worthless character because of that. Absolutely worthless. He was the first one to die, and I spent so much time trying to keep him alive that others would die, and it was like a waste of resources. So I decided I'm gonna spec him properly, and then a gracious soul mentioned the mod Lockbash. So I have Lockbash, so now I can open chests and not keep not leave the loot behind, and I can also have him spec'd properly, or better, improved. So I'm pleased with that. It's taking me a minute to get into the hang of of playing a game where I have to pause it. I'm used to playing real-time games, particularly MMOs, so this game is not one that you want to play like that. You do want to pause and be strategical about it. Now, I remember in my first playthrough in this area, in the circle, there was some sort of puzzle in here, moving statues and whatnot, where I think you got better gear. And I'm not gonna do that. The irony that I'm talking about that and I die, right? Yeah, I probably need that better gear. This room, even on the first playthrough, whooped my behind. I'm not even gonna front. It did. And I probably need to talk less and pay attention more, but I was thinking if I could pull the mobs closer to the door, I could do a Path of Frost, you know, my Cone of Winter, or whatever the hell it's called, on them. But Friendly Fire is in this game, and all of my tunes are in the wrong spot, so that's not going to work. Not going to work. I would have preferred to have taken Morgan, because she has more defensive skills, but Wynn is a very good healer. She really is, and I'm gonna have a decision to make. Since I'm playing a mage, there's really no point in having 3 of us. Although that one might be an interesting combination, but in my first playthrough, I can't remember. I wasn't a mage. I was I think I was a rogue. I was a character that could marry Alistair. Excuse me, that was a priority in my playthrough, that I marry Alistair. So whatever class, I made sure that I could play. It was a melee class, but Morgan was a very good pair with that. But since I have defensive skills, I guess I really should probably take, and it would be good for diversity, is for me to pick up those defensive skills and have Wynn be the healer and me play Morgan. No, I'm gonna have to decide. Or do I want to pick up the healing skills, which I have started to do, but I'm wondering if that would be a waste. I might respec. I don't know, what do you guys think? What, actually, for those that have played the game, what was your favorite combination? I want to do something different that I've done before. So Orin, the little short, whatever his name is, the little short guy, I want to have him in my crew, because I didn't have him in... The only time I had him in my previous one was when I had to, for his mandatory stuff. But he was kind of funny, so I'd like to have him in there for my thing. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure what I'm going to do after this, because I didn't necessarily take the best path in this game. On locations. Ooh, gotta help Win. Okay. I might actually make it out of here. This is what messed me up with this room, is you have to make the decision. Do you want to start working on this guy, the yellow, and get him down? You have to find the appropriate balance to... I decided to take out the mobs because I felt that the mobs accumulated was causing more havoc than him. But I don't know. I think I may have been wrong in that. Now, I also had Shale in my last one, so you know, do I want to have Shale? Could I get a better tank? You know, I'm really it's going to be interesting deciding what I'm gonna do. The only one that I know, and I may not have Zevron, because I can't remember if I had Zevron completely all the time. I think I did. I can't remember in my first playthrough. I know I didn't have the girl rogue, and I have no desire to have the girl rogue for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't. I have no desire. I'm playing her. With her in my party. None whatsoever. And it's not that I hate her or anything. And I know she could even be like a potential love interest for my Toon. It's just I'm not feeling her. Not sure why. Zevron, so I have to really watch his health. I'm almost to where he should be spec-wise. And that was a very big decision for me to respec him properly. Now, I'm also not going to... I sped up a lot in this because there was a lot that I wanted to make some headway out of this area. But I'm also going to be more careful in upcoming videos about the banter, because I don't want to speed up and miss the banter. So in upcoming videos I will definitely be more cautious about that. But I'd like to get off this floor. And if I remember correctly, this is not the main fight on this floor. There's something that usually, if I remember correctly, there's something that whoops my butt backwards, forwards, and sideways. It did on my first playthrough. So we'll see. We will see. Maybe that last room was the toughest one. I don't think so. If I remember correctly, in my first playthrough, whatever is coming up next was worse than the main boss on in this area. It just completely jacked me. But I can't remember what it is. This game came out either right after my mom passed away, or right when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. I can't remember which event it was, but I remember playing the game and it was like an escape for me to, you know, just sort of shut out the world for a little bit. And hang on a second here. Okay. You never know what's behind the door. It was sort of like an escape for me. Okay, I want to make sure. Alright, let's go. Nothing all that big. So I don't really remember a lot of what happened in the game, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to do the playthrough, was I wanted both games up for Dragon Age 3, which I am very worried about. And I don't like doing things over and over again where I know the outcome. There are bits and pieces of the game that I remember, but I don't remember it so well that, you know, it's like a cakewalk. So as I play, there's things that trigger my memory and whatnot. Like, I remember hating the Fade. I hate the Fade. That was like the most miserable experience, turning into a mouse, then oh my god, and then a golem, and then some sort of fire, whatchamacallit. Oh, I ran around in a maze for I don't know how long during my first playthrough. It was miserable for me. So if anything that I can do to avoid the Fade in this playthrough, I probably will. Now about Dragon Age 3. Considering how Mass Effect 3 came out and Dragon Age 2 came out, I'm not real excited about Dragon Age 3 anymore. BioWare used to be, prior to the merger with EA, one of my favorite developers, game publishers, the most favorite, because they paid so much attention to story, and they reminded me of Blizzard, in which that they would release a game when it was ready, and it was going to be quality. It was worth the wait. Okay, and when I say Blizzard, I mean Vinvidi Blizzard back in the day, not the current Blizzard, but the old school, which the old school Blizzard, which, you know, was the catalyst for it having the reputation of being a good game publisher. That Blizzard, that's what I'm talking about. But considering what happened with Mass Effect and Dragon Age 2, now Dragon Age 2 on the whole wasn't bad, but when you compare it to Dragon Age Origins, storyline-wise, it was short-sighted by a long shot, and we don't even need to discuss Mass Effect 3 with its short-sighted storyline parts. Now, there were some very good storyline bits, like the Krogan. I absolutely love that storyline. in Mass Effect 3, but the ending was sort of whack to me. I like the kind of games like Walking Dead, where I make a decision and it comes back to either benefit me or bite me later on down the road. BioWare was known for that. So then you take it and you make it a multiple choice question at the end. That was not my thing. So I'm hoping that none of that foolishness ends up in Dragon Age 3. But, you know, I'm not real hopeful at this point. I haven't been I don't know if there's been any updates news-wise about it. I haven't been following it because with the 2 previous games, I was disappointed when I followed the news. Diablo 3 is another one where I followed it and I was disappointed. An exception to that is StarCraft 2 with the Zerg expansion. That one's looking pretty tight. It seems like Blizzard knows which entities to mess with, and StarCraft 2 they don't mess with all that much. It gets done when it gets done, and when it comes out it's polished. Their other stuff, not so much. I don't know why that is. Crap. He's almost dead. Whew, okay. And Zevron died again. I'm gonna have to do a playthrough or a set of you know, when I'm playing. When I'm playing doesn't necessarily mean when you're seeing it, but to see how long I can go without him dying. But that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking about switching him, because he can be my romantic character in camp, and I have a more functional character with my team. Oh, maybe there isn't anything on this floor. Ooh. Sweet! Maybe that was the big thing. I could have swore, though, that there was something else. Maybe not. Okay, where am I going?
This time, everything is just as you wanted, my knight.
Oh,
our love
shit.
And our family is more than
This is it.
For.
Do you hear something, love?
It is nothing, my darling. Just the door. I will get it. The children have finished supper. Tuck them into bed while I see who it is.
Look at the back of his neck.
Long. The children will want to kiss you goodnight.
I will be but a moment, my pet.
Oh, how precious.
You are intruding upon a loving, intimate moment, and I dislike disruptions.
I wonder what he sees her wearing.
Happiness is bewitching. There is a certain power in all things mortals delight in. I have given him what he always wanted. Where is the harm in that?
This reminds me of...
All emotion is intangible. You cannot see it, cannot grasp it.
But it is normally caused by something real. Real events, real people. What you've done to him is abhorrent.
I saw his loneliness and longing for a family that loved him.
Companionship that is only in the mind. All the fun, none of the cleanup.
No one else would have known his heart. He did not know it himself.
Yeah, it reminds me of those women that say he's in love with me, but he doesn't know it yet. Delusional.
What was that?
I have to kill her, I'm sorry.
There are bandits at the door. They're
No,
going
I'm not.
to murder the children.
They will not get past me.
And of course you know what this means. I'm probably going to die. But that's sort of creepy that she can take over somebody's mind like that. He's standing in a room and he sees a completely different vision. And even though he's in combat right now, and she's in combat, he still sees this vision. That's creepy, to say the least. That he was so vacant on the inside that she could zero in on what he wanted and control him. I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm in a bad position. Oh, my people are in a bad... Yep. Are in a bad position. Oh, this is it. Yeah, I can't recover from this. Okay, I will see you in the next one.